Well, howdy there, folks. Welcome back to another video. I am out on the lake today, and boy, am I excited. We got the boat fixed up. I know you guys just saw what happened, and it turns out it wasn't as bad of a fix as we thought it was going to be. So luckily, we're back on the boat today. It's a little cool. You can see the old breath, but the water temps are rising. Spawning fish are starting to move up. I'm riding solo, looking for the big bass today. That's all we're worried about. Big bag, big bass, whatever. Finding those spawning bass that are coming up into the shallows. I'm fishing a creek that I've really never been back into before. I just passed like 8 bass boats on the way in, so there's a lot of excitement going on. I'm gonna try to keep today's intro short because I need to get rigged up still. Start fishing, but it's gonna be pretty simple. It's gonna be top water for the next hour or so. Then it's probably gonna be a spinnerbait bite, grass edges, trying to get a reaction bite. Then it's gonna be maybe a Texas rig around those same shallow grass lines, looking for maybe some early bedding fish. I'm seeing water temp like 60 degrees, which is amazing because just 2 weeks ago it was like 53, 54 degrees and it was really tough to get a bite. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. Before we start fishing, remember guys, we are on the road to 1 million subscribers this year. So do me a favor, stop what you're doing right now. It takes 3 seconds, it's free to do. Hit the red button below the video, make it turn gray, and go ahead and enable the bell notification next to it. That way you guys do not miss an upload. You can always unsubscribe later, and it would help me out a great deal. As you guys can see, we got a bunch of bare rods here that need reels, need lures on them, and we've got a boat that's ready to be fished in. Let's go. Oh, good. Kind of a prickly situation here. This little alligator habitat. Oh. Probably warm enough for them to start coming out and playing. Whew. We're in here, boys. God's green country. My battery pack's already getting squiggly on me. I know that's gonna be a problem today. Yee. All right, well, if the boat ramp was any indication, we're gonna have a lot of company today in these creeks. In fact, while I was rigging, a guy came in and, you know, I mean, obviously he had the right to, but he kind of passed me and started fishing all this, which sucked because I was almost rigged. And this was the area I really wanted to concentrate on. But that's okay. It's not his fault. He's trying to catch his PB too. Well, I'm gonna start with a little top water here. A little buzzbait action along these grass edges. Just kind of see. I mean, it's a little late in the morning. No matter how early you start, it's so funny. I was thinking about this morning. Got up at like, 5, and I realized once I got here, I was like, well, I didn't quite get out here quick enough, did I? I was a little late. You always think you're getting an early start, and then turns out you're late like everybody else. So it's all right. Let me give the top water dangle a little bit of a try, just because there's some shallow, grassy areas coming up here, but probably gonna make the switch to spinnerbait, clickbait, that type of thing real soon, especially considering how dirty this water is. But it's dirty, warm water, and we can deal with that. All right, well, I think it's that time. I think it's old white zinger on the grass edge time. I think we're officially there. Come here. Come here. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. God, he freaking choked that spinnerbait. Not quite the size we're looking for, I don't think. But nevertheless, a bite is a bite. Right off this little grass edge right here, which is exactly kind of what we were thinking as far as what the bite might look like today. Whew, it feels really good. Anytime you can get like the skunk out of the boat right off the bat, to me, it's really helpful as like a not a real angler, quote unquote. A lot of people like to classify me, which I'm fine with. I'm just a guy who likes to fish. But to a regular guy like me, man, getting that skunk out of the boat and the monkey off your back right out of the gate, oh man. Plus, then you know that your plan or your techniques that you thought would work, that they actually can work, you know. Grass lines, grass edges, probably this kind of depth of water, 3, 4, 5, up to 6 feet deep, spinner bait, clickbait, zinger, crankbait, you know. All right, folks, we are making a spot move here. We continue to pick this area apart, and in my mind, I was thinking I'm gonna keep going back in this creek until either A, I run out of water to fish, or B, something's just not sitting right with me. I got back, I kept pushing back, and the water temps kept falling. And that's really never what you want this time of year. You know, we're searching for warmer water. You know, when we're pushing back in the creek, I'm looking for warmer water. So because we kind of ran out of that, I'm gonna start inching my way out of this creek to where the water was warm again, like close to 60. Here's the problem though, there's 50,000 anglers out here today. And we're gonna have to continue to kind of fight for turf, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's keep on pushing. Guys, when I said there was 150 anglers out here, or 50,000, whatever I said, I don't even think I was exaggerating. That's the scary thing. Every single creek that I passed on the way here, there were multiple boats in. Not even like a boat, multiple boats. So just let that sink in for a second. Again on the spinnerbait. It's my third bite on the spinnerbait. Boys, we're getting bit. It's always half the battle. At first I thought maybe I was hitting some of this metal underwater, but it got hit once and then it got hit again like a second later. So I kind of pretty sure that that was a fish biting it now. So third bite on the spinnerbait. Only one fish in the boat. Not exactly the ratio that you want. We are kind of nailing down the pattern. That's flooded grass or grass edges of any kind and spinnerbait. So I'm not going to complain about how we're getting these bites. I just need these fish to perhaps eat a little bit better, maybe. I just got rocked. Right on the backside of the brush pile. Come on, fishy. That's like the fourth bite on the spinnerbait. How's it going? Good. I knew I had a bite on my first cast in that brush pile on the spinnerbait. And man, we had to work to get that little red-eyed joker out of there. Look at him, he's long, pale, got a crooked back. Just not sure if these are the ones we're looking for. Oh, he's stuck on my glove. Had to work way too hard for a fish that small. I'd consider this my home lake. I fish here more than anywhere. It is busy out here today though. Oh, there's a tournament going on. Gosh, I had no idea. That makes a lot more sense. Because I hadn't seen this many boats out here on a non-tournament day in a long time. So I thought maybe it was just getting to be that time of year, but that makes more sense. So there is, in fact, a tournament going on. That makes way more sense. As I was complaining to you guys, there's just an absolute shit ton of boats out here today. So now that I know there's a 110 boat tournament going on, so now I get it. Also makes me feel very accomplished that I'm getting some bites and catching some fish out here against these real pros. I'm not even an amateur, I'm just a guy. I wouldn't even call myself an amateur, but hey. So that last bite, very proud of that bite. I would have talked more about it, but there was a guy kind of watching me hanging out. But yeah, so I got a bite with my spinner bait on like the first or second cast at that little isolated flooded brush area. A good bite too. So, and I threw it back in there 20 more times and couldn't get the fish to bite. So I just figured, well, you know what, let me turn around spot lock and kind of really take my time with that flooded brush. And we ended up switching to a slim shake worm on my left-handed reel, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but been trying to throw that little lefty in there from time to time so I can get some practice in. A little slim shake worm, black and blue, the small size, and was able to just kind of barely hop it around where I got that bite and kind of finesse that fish out of there. But that's kind of where my mind goes on a day like today when there's a ton of boats out here and a lot of them are fishing my favorite spots. Is my strategy then kind of goes to like a kayak angler strategy, and that is focus more time on a smaller area than trying to run around the lake every 5 minutes, because that's what every single one of these tournament anglers, plus probably like 50 regular weekend local anglers, are doing. They're flying around, you know, trying to find fish, trying to get on fish. A lot of times they're overlooking areas. So I'm just hoping that every time I see, oh God, I thought I had another bite. Every time I see flooded grass like this, I'm just gonna kind of sit on it for a little while and just see if I can pull one or two, or maybe even like three in a big one like this, bass out of these little areas. So, little nugget of knowledge from your boy LOJO. And like I said, I'm not a tournament angler, so take what I say with a serious grain of salt. Now we're approaching one of my favorite places ever to fish in this lake. It's a little creek, really small, few docks, couple boat docks. And I've got a love-hate relationship with it, but it's one of my favorites. I've caught good fish in here. But the thing is, there was like 2 or 3 of those tournament anglers in here earlier. Like there was one out here, there was one at the mouth, and there was one in the creek. And that was like an hour, 30 minutes ago. But I'm right here, so I might as well try to fish it. I'm not expecting much out of this creek. All right, folks, quick little update here. There are still a billion anglers out here. I'm sure they will be all day, because I'm sure this tournament goes to like 3. So we're going to continue to go spot from spot to spot. Now, I didn't expect much out of this creek, so it's all good. It didn't really work out, but I did see some fish. I saw a ton of bait, and I'm seeing 61-degree water temps, which is just fantastic. So my plan is to head south, because the tournament launched out of the very northernmost part of the lake. So I'm just thinking maybe these anglers don't want to get, you know, crazy far away from the boat ramp. So I'm thinking the further south I go, the better chances are that I'll encounter less tournament anglers and people trying to fish the same fish as me. I don't know. I mean, at this point, any strategy is better than nothing. We got fish in the boat. We've gotten bites on 2 different, you know, applications. We're kind of figuring out where they are, but the problem is there's a billion anglers out here crushing every single creek and dock. So I'm just gonna try to keep going until I find a place where I see the smallest amount of tournament anglers, and that's where we're gonna focus the rest of our day. Oh my God. I think I got a fish wrapped around. Oh, I think I came off. Holy smokes. Mega bite on this stump. I think there's a freaking bed on it. Just got a mega bite on the stump. Maybe we can come back to it, hit it again. Oh, I saw that stump just sitting there, flipped at it, took out the slack, and it was tight. And I felt one, and I was wrapped. Gosh darn it. Funny thing about this cove, I've never fished this cove before, but I'm hoping it's just like a big giant spawning flat. That's kind of what it looks like. It's only like, you know, 2 to 3 feet deep. The water temps are great, and there's a bunch of like standing timber stumps, things of that nature. Slim shake worm just got rocked again. We'll come back to that stump, and let's just hope maybe that wasn't just a random fish. Let's hope that was a bed fish and there was a bed on the stump. Oh God. That was freaking so cool. There's a freaking giant brush pile out there. A giant brush pile. I don't even know, it may be like structured. I can't even tell. It's huge. No size, but there are so many fish on this brush pile. This is one that needs to be marked and stowed away for future reference. I pulled up on it and I was shocked. I'm in that brush pile right now. Oh, somebody eat me. I'm still getting used to this dang left-handed reel. It's just, it's something. Almost makes you wonder though, could you get a moving bait bite off of it too? Let's see if we could crank one off the top of it. I'm sure I'll get snagged in one cast, but it's worth a try, right? No. Oh, I just found another brush pile way deep out there. Oh man, you know, that's the thing about some of these docks and these big lakes, especially ones off big main points like this that are kind of out by themselves, is a lot of times people will throw brush off of them. I'm gonna see if I can break this one off. Oh, it came off. Well, I know the next place I need to cast my worm straight out in front of the boat. There's a felt huge too. Felt like an absolute massive brush pile. There's another one right there. This is incredible. It's really cool. Yeah, so I just need to stay right where I am, basically. I just found 2 more big brush piles. They probably have fish on them. I just need to sit my happy behind right here. It's kind of boring, but just need to slow drag that dang worm, get in those brush piles, get kind of caught up in them, and then pop my way free. And we should be able to finish out our little limit here. We got nice little 3 fish limit of less than 3 pounds. Oh my God, a giant ball of bait just moved in too, right next door to me. There's something potentially special happening right here, right now. I don't know, I got a boat creeping up on me, but I am not moving. I'm gonna sit right here. A giant bait ball just appeared right there, and then you've got these brush piles out here. So, I don't know. You feel like something really cool could be about to happen. Oh man, hit it on the fall. Look at that little chunker. It's a weird looking bass. I'm just out here just spotting these brush piles with live scope, and just these fish are just coming up and smacking. Wow. Hadn't seen a good fish all day, but it is nice to be catching numbers, because we haven't been able to do that in a hot minute. Well, I tell you guys what, live scope is one hell of a tool. I mean, when you can use it, I mean, this has been the best luck I've ever had, because I've never really, you know, tried to go out and find deep brush piles with live scope. So now that I've done it, I just, wow, the technology is just insane, and it's limitless, you know. And this is just one guy in a boat messing around. You know, imagine a tournament angler with 20 years of fishing knowledge with this technology. I mean, records are going to be breaking, you know, like lake records, state records, PBs. I mean, I just found another one out here. Let's see if we can pull a fish off of it. I mean, look at this. And we can see it so clearly. We can see the structure, the cover, whatever. I am just blown away by the technology. It doesn't even seem real sometimes, you know? Especially when I'm actually using it effectively. That's when it seems weird. It's crazy, I could stare at the screen all day. That's one of the few disadvantages of this technology, is you can just kind of lose yourself and just forget where you are. My boat's about to drift into a dock. My prop's about to get torn off for the second time this year. And yeah, it's just, you get so focused on it that you kind of forget that there are other things going on around you. There's millions of other fish that could be caught near you as well. You get kind of keyed in on those ones that you see, because we're not used to being able to see fish that good. Jesus, almost just fell down. Folks, we are getting into crunch time here. We've put in a good few hours already. I actually just got to one of my favorite creeks on the lake. I know I say that a lot because I've got a lot of good memories on this lake, but I was just sure this creek was gonna be hammered by a fisherman. Now, it could have already been hammered, but there's nobody in here. I don't see anybody, so like, we could end the day on a nice note here with a nice fish. We could even tag it and bring it back to the backyard pond. So let's grind it out and let's finish the day strong. Come here, buddy. Live scope, dude. 360 no scope. Come here, give me your face. Definitely losing my faculties, folks. I'm losing it. This is by far the meanest fish of the day. Man, what a freaking man. Is that a spot? No, it's not. Man, it feels so good to be out on the lake catching fish. So, wow, he splashed the living shit out of me. Yep, feels good. Switch over to the trench hog. I like the Slim Shake worm. In fact, I love the Slim Shake worm, but black and blue, I just didn't feel like that was the deal anymore, because I was using the black and blue one in some super dirty water, and I've since kind of left that area. Now I'm in some slightly cleaner water. So I like a watermelon red trench hog. Sorry guys, I'm kind of losing it. I've been on the water for a long time today. And we're catching some fish, man. I'm really happy. That fish right there really makes me happy, because I pulled up on these sunken barges, which is kind of my last Hail Mary here. Everybody on Lake Eufaula knows where these are, so this isn't like a big hidden spot or anything. But it's right off like the main creek where I launched. And I saw some fish holding right in there, that little area between the barges right there. So I made a couple casts in there and just kept my eye on that live scope. Crazy thing about a lot of these bites is I haven't even felt the bites. It's just lines moving, you know. Fish has got the lure and it's swimming away. So it's really cool. It's also cool that I'm setting the hook weird, because got the old lefty reel in the mix, so I'm having to really hit these guys with some awkward hook sets. I'm sure the dash cam footage is just making me look like a day one rookie, but it's fine. I'm still having a good time. They can't take that away from me. Well, folks, there you have it. We did end the day on a fish at my last ditch Hail Mary spot. But overall, I don't know, I'm kind of torn about how to feel today. Like on one hand, I feel like we struggled, you know, because we didn't catch a big one. We really didn't catch anything with size, but we found fish. We were able to catch them a multitude of different ways, you know. And plus there was hundreds of boats out here. Tournament going on. It's a Friday, so there's a ton of weekend anglers. So I feel like we did pretty dang well. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section how you guys think we did. I mean, I feel pretty good. I tell you one thing, I'm seeing 65-degree water temps. So yeah, me and Badge are going to be on the hunt here real soon for those bedding fish. They're probably already bedding. We just got to find where they are. That's the problem. Luckily, I didn't go up to that other boat ramp that I was going to go to, because that's where the tournament was out of today. So I would have been absolutely screwed. There would have been no place to park. There would have been even more anglers up there on the north side of the lake than where I am, which is kind of like the center of the lake. But anyways, folks, hope you smash the thumbs up button if you're enjoying these lake fishing or boat fishing videos, and I'll be sure to do more. Make sure you're subscribing so we can get to 1 million subscribers this year. I know we can do it with your help. Also, make sure you're commenting future suggestions for videos for the channel, and I will take them into consideration. Big shout out to wherever tournament trail this is on this lake. I don't know who these guys are, but you screwed me. Obviously just joking, guys. I love my tournament anglers. They're some of the best anglers on this planet, and sometimes we have to share the water, and they're probably going to win 99 times out of 100. Anyways, folks, I'm getting out of here. See you guys later.